Alright. We're gonna do as much plot as we can without, without getting into disc 4. Because I don't want to get to the point of no return just yet. That is a big ship. There's too many of them. Oh, do we still have monsters here? Poor man, he's been traumatized. Yeah, he's definitely not alright. Up. Up. To the right. And then up again. What are we to do? Keep it together. We're gonna solve everything, no worries. Enter the palace, let's go. You have permission. Please, this way. Okay, let's go. Ward. Kiros. And that's probably... What is up with this country? Yeah, good question. Oh, sure. Hey there. Been wanting to meet you guys. You guys are the ones who were inside my head, right? Alone told me. It was like there were some kind of waves running through my head. They gave us so much power during battle. We thought they were some kind of fairies flying over us. So, I'm Laguna, President Laguna Loire of Estar. Pleased to meet you. If we weren't in a state of emergency, I'd talk to you some more, but, well, whatever, let's talk. What do you want to know? You'll never get going if President Laguna keeps talking. So why don't you guys throw out some questions and he'll try to answer them. You're already here. Why not listen to the mission briefing? He says to relax here a while. Man, you look way too serious. Whatever. Where's Alone? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Alone was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in Estar. Estar soldiers came to Windhill, and Elle's parents resisted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the successor for Estar's ruler, Sorceress Adele. Alone was raised by Rain, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Then there was another massive hunt for a successor in Estar again. Elle was taken away, even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So I rescued her and sent her off to Windhill. Shortly after that, Rain died, and Alone was sent straight to an orphanage. Why didn't you go back to Windhill with her? I wanted to, but I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but The reason why Alone had to leave the orphanage was because of her special power. Doc Odin wanted to do research on Alone's special power. He looked for her everywhere. The owners of the orphanage were Sid Kramer and his wife Edia. You know them better than I do. The Kramers took Elle out of the orphanage to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage, and Elle looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one, but who knows? I don't know how she could be happy on her ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. That ship was attacked by Galbadia recently. Esther's ship rescued them, and she finally met up with me. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at the time. Alone followed me out to space. Little Elle was all grown up. Then she told me everything. Did she get back safely from space? Our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Alone was taken into custody by Galbadia. She's in Cyclonatic Pandora. We're gonna rescue her. Help us out, okay? Phew. Tell me about Rain. Rain's story? Some other time, maybe. No, I can't. It's too much for me to remember. What are you doing here? You want to know what I've been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Galbadian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all. But I understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed, after you went to Windhill. Then Alone was abducted by Esther and you went on a journey. A journey to get Alone back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way into Esther. You somehow got into Esther and rescued Alone. I had a lot of help along the way. What I don't understand is, why are you the president? Wanna know? It's a long story. Alright, let's hear it. You wanna hear it? Really? Okay, I'll tell you. I only set out to rescue Alone, but of course that wasn't the end of the story. It's a country ruled by Sorceress Adele with the ingenious yet inhumane Odin. Both of them were interested in Alone. We couldn't just pack up and leave. Adele will be angry. My research will be kaput. Odin only thought about his research. But while researching under Adele's orders, he was still making many inventions. It was a device to seal magic, the sealing facility. Maybe Adele can be defeated. I owed a big favor to the Adele resistance who helped me rescue Alone. I spoke with my comrades. 2 issues came up. First, stopping the crystal pillar from calling monsters from the moon and destroying everything like what happened in Centra. Second, freeing Esther from Adele's hands. We planned and planned, based on my brilliant ideas, of course. Oh God, help us. Laguna and his brilliant ideas. We're back in the Lunatic Pandora research facility. There is only one goal. Following Odin's instructions, we operated the panel and moved the crystal pillar. We set the course and the stop point in the ocean, and goodbye. Whoa! That was easy, but we were found out. So we gathered for a final battle to lure Adele. Adele appeared as we expected. What is going on? We hunted down the culprit who moved the crystal pillar. Where? Inside there. Alone's been taken hostage. I knew she would go right in away. She would go in right away if I mentioned Alone. You thought I would fall for that trick? Adele realized that Alone was a hologram, but it was too late. Yeah, of course. My plans are always... perfect! Kiros, Ward, now! Ha 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 ha, piece of cake! Adele was careless. She may be a sorceress, but after all, she was human. We succeeded, but we couldn't keep such a dangerous sorceress around as a trophy. We had to do something. So we decided to send her far, far away. Someplace very far. Into outer space. So we actually had 3 spaceships. And that about wraps that part up. But the real work began after that. A fierce debate ensued about who should govern this country after Adele was gone. I wasn't paying close attention while they made me up to be this hero of the revolution, and I ended up being president. Yeah, that sounds about right. Didn't pay attention, woke up one morning, oh yeah, you're the president now. Fun. Odin made a lot of noise about wanting to do research on Alone. It was a mistake to send Alone back to... Alone back to Rain. Rain died and Elle was sent to the orphanage. If I had only gone to Wind Hill with Elle, I would have been able to see Rain one last time. Rain was dead, Alone missing, my job kept me busy. I was left here thinking about this and that, and before I knew it, all this time had passed. Well, that's about it. Alright, explain the mission to defeat Ultimisha. Ah, straight to the heart of the matter, just like a workaholic seed. Is it my turn? Yeah, make it short and easy to understand. I will talk however I want. Sorceress Edea told me everything. Sorceress Ultimisha comes from the future to possess the sorceress of present day, meaning she leaves her body in the future and sends only her consciousness here. Does that sound familiar to you? It's like when Alone sent our consciousness back to the past. You're a smart one. My first guess was that someone in the future with an ability like Alone was sending the sorceress back here to our time. But no, that is not the answer. So how does the sorceress come back to this time? You want to hear how? Yes, let's go. Hey, I keep this a secret to surprise you. It is because of me, Odin. I researched Alone's power long ago. I made out a pattern from the electronic current running through Alone's brain. Once the pattern was determined, it was easy to mechanize. It may only be a toy right now, but in the time of Ultimisha, it is an impressive working machine. Which means there's a machine which imitates Alone's power. That is totally not creepy at all, a machine that can just send your consciousness back through time and space into the past. That's gotta be a wild trip. Somebody's probably charging out of the ass for access to that. It is I who made the first model of that machine. I named the machine Junction Machine Alone. It is a wonderful thing to know that my invention is used in the future. Junction machine alone. That's about it. So Sorceress Ultimecia came to know about Alone from that machine. And Al became Ultimecia's target. You can't blame Odin. It's useless. You want to go outside? You want to fisticuffs? Okay, we continue the story. Let's see. There is only one way to defeat Ultimecia. You must kill her in the future. There is nothing we can do unless we go to the future. There is no way to jump to the future under normal circumstances. But there is still a way. It is because Sorceress Ultimecia plans to compress time. Compressing time with magic. What good will it do for the sorceress to compress time? There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. Well, we already know because she's the only one who will be able to exist at that point. Let's just figure out what Ultimecia is up to. In order for Ultimecia to exist in this time, she must take over the body of a sorceress from the present. But the machine must have a limit. Ultimecia probably needs to go back further in time to achieve time compression. Only Alone can take her back further into the past. That is why she is desperately seeking her. We must take advantage of Alone's power. There are two sorceresses in our time, Sorceress Rinoa and Sorceress Adele. Of the two, Adele has not awakened yet. Once regeneration is completed, Niva Laguna no Ai will be safe. Sorceress Adele is probably in the process of awakening inside Lunatic Pandora. Ultimecia will want to possess Adele if Adele wakes up. That will be a horrible event. Adele is a horrible sorceress. If Adele's consciousness wins over Ultimecia, Adele will first destroy this era. So we must use Sorceress Rinoa to inherit Ultimecia's powers. That is all for the mission briefing. First, go to Lunatic Pandora. Alone's probably being held captive inside, so rescue her first. Then kill Sorceress Adele before the awakening process is completed. Now we're left with Rinoa as the only sorceress of this era. Then wait for Ultimecia to possess Rinoa. When Ultimecia arrives, it's Alone's turn. Alone will send Rinoa back to the past with Ultimecia. Alone will have to send Rinoa and Ultimecia inside another sorceress she knows in the past. Idia or Adele. That's up to Alone. Once Ultimecia is in the past, she'll use the time compression magic. We will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but once Alone feels it, she'll cut Rinoa and Ultimecia off from the past. Rinoa will come back to this world. Ultimecia will also go back to her own world. What would be left is a time-compressed world. Past, present and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression towards the future. Once you're out of the time compression, that will be Ultimecia's world. It's all up to you after that. So, you were briefed about the mission. I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? Yeah, sure, I'll be waiting for good news. Yeah. Actually... So yeah, that's the plan. Basically give Ultimecia what she wants and then go to her own time and kick her ass. What? What funny looking clothes. You wanna try it on? Yes, we'll do it. Alright. Let's go. I'll get aboard Ragnarok. Let's do the final briefing in there. I always wanted to ride that thing. Plus the name sounds so cool. Alright. Everyone. From here, we go straight to our final target, Ultimecia. No, we don't. We are going to do a whole bunch of side questing next week. We're going to start it today, but we're going to do most of it next week. Let's go over the plan again. First, enter Lunatic Pandora and rescue Alone. Next, you fight Sorceress Adele. It'll be a surprise attack. Show no mercy. Now here comes the tricky part. Adele will need to pass on her powers before being defeated. Rinoa, will you be willing to accept them?
Yes.
Good. Next, we wait for Sorceress Ultimecia to possess Rinoa. This'll be hard on you, Rinoa, but will you do it?
Yes.
That's the spirit. Then Alone sends Rinoa and Ultimecia to the past. Alone brings back Rinoa. Then head to the future through compressed time. Ultimecia lives far in the future, where none of us can technically exist. There's only one way to make yourself exist in a world like that. As friends, don't forget one another. You're telling this to the people who have GF's junction who are sucking our memory. You know you're talking to exactly the right people for this. As friends, believe in one another. Believe in your friends' existence, and they'll also believe in yours. To be friends, to like one another, and to love one another. You can't do these things alone. You need somebody. The power of friendship, exactly. Like we're basically gonna will each other into existence in the future. Right, guys? What place reminds you of your friends? Imagine being in that place with all your friends. Once time compression begins, think of that place and try to get there. That's all. That place will welcome you. You'll be able to get there no matter what period you're in. You need love and friendship for this mission, and the courage to believe it. It's all about love, friendship, and courage. I'm counting on you guys. Love, friendship, and all that sounds corny, but everyone seems to be up for it. You think it will succeed? We'll try. Alright. First of all, we're going to save.